Prestige worldwide. Prestige worldwide.
Good morning, Finger Puppet Management TV. I am proud to present to you our new, our hip, our one-of-a-kind TV series. My name is Chase, and I am here to represent Prestige Worldwide.
Prestige worldwide.
Our TV show is an analysis of the movie Ready Player One, observing qualities that some of the main characters possess that make them good or bad leaders. We have our protagonist, who wants what's best for the Oasis and uses various management strategies along the way to reach his goals. We also have our antagonist, who has his priorities in a selfish manner. Although he is head of a large corporation, it is because of his poor management decisions that put him and his team behind. Through these two competing groups, we will observe their organizational structures, leaders, environments, and behaviors in the managerial context to understand what works and what doesn't. Imagine, if you could, a world nearly 25 years into the future where individuals choose to spend more time in a virtual reality than in the real world. Our story takes place in the year 2044, and the creator of this life-changing VR called the Oasis has passed away. The creator's last dying wish was to implement 3 keys into the Oasis, and once found, will become owner of the Oasis itself and inherit a large fortune. Wade Watts, our main character, will be put to the test through trials and challenges. It is because of his use of management strategies that he is able to bring his rag team of individuals to success. Now come and take a journey each week into management with Ready Player One. Now on to our character profiles. First, we have our main character, Wade Watts, who is also known in the Oasis as Parzival. Parzival is on a mission to escape his poor life within the real world. He has one friend in real life and one friend inside the Oasis. In the beginning, Wade loves his life in the Oasis, but when he meets Artemis, he realizes that the real world might be important as well. Wade has traits of a leader. He is determined and plans very well. He uses his skills to give his team information on how to win over the keys in the games. When he wins, he loses interest in the virtual world that he used to come to love. Next, we have our main antagonist, Nolan Sorrento. Nolan Sorrento is the leader of a corporation called Innovative Online Industries, or also known as IOI. Sorrento sees no limit to what he has to do in order to achieve the attainment of the Oasis, which is reflected in his actions throughout the episodes and in the way that he manages his corporation. At many times, it is rather obvious that anyone within his company is expendable if things are not handled in the way that he hopes, thus showing that he is not a good manager. Next, we have James Halliday, the creator of the Oasis, who created all of the mini-games and fun that the virtual world has come to offer. He is the one who left behind 3 keys for people to win over the Oasis for themselves. The winner takes over the virtual world and his shares in the company. Halliday knows that his creation has become an important part of the world, and to find a successor, he designed very specific tests that would award the right person each key. Next, we have Artemis, also known as Samantha Evelyn Cook. Artemis possesses technical skills and quick thinking abilities, making her a fierce competitor. She is a focused and idealistic young woman living in the British Columbia. She wants to use the prize money to end world hunger and fix the energy crisis. Artemis is the second person to find the first key and the first person to find the second key. She starts out as a rival to Wade Watts, but through trials in the Oasis, they come to admire each other and decide to team up. It is later in the movie that Wade and Artemis become a couple. Next, we have H, or also known as Helen Harris. H becomes close friends with Wade online through their shared quest for Halliday's egg. She is very good at building things in the Oasis and can almost fix anything. She runs everything behind the scenes and helps Wade's to victory. She is a strong subordinate or second to Wade Watts. Next, we have Daito, Wade's ninja friend who helps him in combat. Daito is just another supportive character helping Wade along his journey to find the three keys. Daito helps Wade because he becomes aware of Wade's leadership qualities. This series is intended for viewers to learn the fundamentals in management through videos which showcase classical decision making, organizational structure, design, innovation, and change, as well as individual behavior. Additionally, we hope that viewers take away the knowledge that management can be found in any setting. The target market for this mini-series is for young adults who are transitioning into a first job and are acclimating into their professional world. The format of this skit is 7 short videos showcasing problems that the characters face in the movie Ready Player One, and how the use of management skills can help to overcome those challenges. The first episode will introduce the viewers to our characters and storyline. The following 5 episodes will show different management practices used throughout the movie. The final episode will reflect on how the implementations of management skills helped to better overcome the obstacles faced. Now on to our episode breakdowns. Episode 1. In our first episode, we're introduced to the characters and managers of our story. Also, we will be introduced to the virtual reality setting in which Ready Player One takes place. We learn that Wade Watts is our team manager and a fairly good leader. He contains many skills good managers need, but of course there is always room for improvement. As the story progresses, with each episode, our team and managers will develop and learn better skills to use. Here in this episode, the show defined the management principles that are typically expected from a group leader or manager. Wade Watts must demonstrate leadership decision-making skills, planning skills, and much more to overcome the management challenges that lie ahead. Episode 2. In this episode, Manager Wade and his colleagues work towards completing their first goal of obtaining one of 3 keys needed to complete the game and save the Oasis. Like many other good managers, Wade spends a lot of time researching and coming up with a plan to best meet their goal. It is only through Wade's extensive knowledge and research that he was able to solve the first riddle and lead his team to victory after sharing what he learned and distributing the information. It is also in this episode where Wade demonstrates his technical skill when completing the race and his interpersonal skill on instructing his fellow teammates on how to complete the challenge. Episode 3. As managers, it is important for us to not only make the best decisions for ourselves, but to make the appropriate decisions for the best possible outcome for the whole team. In this episode, we explore 3 different decision making models that can be used in management. These models are the bounded rationality model, the classical or rational model, and the retrospective decision model. In our story, Artemis is faced with a painful decision to either try to escape with her leader, possibly getting caught, or to stay behind, distracting the guards long enough for her leader to get away. Although she weighs her opinions with a limited amount of time, she decides to use the bounded rationality decision-making model to help her make the best choice for the group's overall goals. Episode 4. How we organize and structure our team goals, organization, company, and etc. all affects our outcome and productivity. For this reason, it is important to us as managers to have methods and skill sets that allows us to organize and structure our team in a model for success. After Wade and the team solve the riddle in the second clue, Wade and Artemis come up with an organizational design and plan they share with the team and search for the second key. Wade's plan was to follow the movie simulation to the scene where a special moment between Halliday and his former crush Kira was said to take place. But the design of the challenge changes. They manage to still use the organizational structure and design of their team to combat the changing structure of the challenge. This propels them through the challenge to receive the second key. Episode 5. Oftentimes as managers, we will still have various situations in which we need to innovate, evolve, and come up with solutions for various changes and developments in our organization. Changes within an organization come about from internal, ongoing, and procedures that could be improved. However, these changes mostly come from external stressors and pressures. This episode, our team leader is faced with an external pressure of IOI. The evil company is managed to capture one of their team members, and it is going to take some innovations and changes to get her out. Combining the team's skills to produce a new solution, the team comes up with an innovative way to back into the company system without her having to be physically. These innovations not only result in the release of their captured companion, but also the destruction of a major barrier to their end goals. Episode 6. This episode focuses on the various individual and group behaviors that come about as a result of pursuing the final key. In this episode, both groups and individuals are responsible for behaviors that both negatively and positively impacted their individual groups. For instance, the formal group created by IOI was affected by the decisions of the individual leading member whose goal was to monetize the virtual world. We also explore how individuals can affect an informal group. In a final last stand moment, both groups descend on the fortress in order to obtain the last key. So far, Prestige Worldwide has been successful at turning in assignments online as well as receiving excellent grades. This is an indicator that we as a team are capable of moving forward in a successful stride. Our team has even taken the initiative to work ahead of the course schedule by completing portions of Module 3. Our team still needs to complete the final drafts for Episode 5 and 7. Episode 7 will be comprised of our reflections and future student recommendations. We also need to film final cuts of the entire series, submit modules 3 and 4, and the final finger puppet management presentation. The last major thing that we need to do is complete and submit the final booklet and TV show for Finger Puppet Management TV. Our TV series will be completed with work being divided amongst our 6 team members. Brad will be handling all video production and editing. Jeremy will be working design layout and putting together our booklet. Terry will be working on the writing of the final episode and assisting with video presentation. Yours truly will be focusing on voiceover work and sound editing. Kendall will be assisting with booklet design and layout, as well as organizing all info for group projects. Michael will be assisting with final video presentation creation. All of us will be offering help in areas outside of our titles when necessary, including the development of our modules and writing assignments. This wraps up our pitch for our TV series, and as you look at each of our beautiful smiling faces, I would like for each of you with Finger Puppet Management TV to consider the wonderful and insightful concepts that could be on your local YouTube channel. That will be all, and thanks for listening.